Hello everyone, my name is Irving Peralta and this is an introduction to depth and complexity. So what if we could take our simple objectives such as students will identify the author's purpose for this book. This is an objective we've used before, and then we spice it up by using depth and complexity. And so we go from what I just showed you to students will prove the multiple perspective an author used to create his or her story by investigating the details closely. See, now we went more in depth and more focused, given our purpose and a reason why we're looking for the author's purpose. Or we go from what I just showed you to students will look for patterns and big idea in different texts to determine the author's purpose. What if we can go during our research part of the day? We're studying Louis Braille, and so we have these 4 questions or 4 this graphic organizer pretty much that looks at who is Louis Braille, what has he accomplished or done, give me some facts, and then some important events. What if we go from that and we turn it into a frame that now is what we're still reading about Louis Braille, but what if we come across something, an ethical issue or a change over time or across the disciplines, or maybe even a rule that Louis Braille followed? What if we could go from, we are going to watch this video, boys and girls, this video is about self-driving cars, and then we'll talk about it when it's over. You're not going to get a lot of engagement. You're going to just simply get, oh, that was cool, oh, that was great, or oh, I wish I had a car. But what if we go from that to this, to where now, before you watch the video, you're saying, boys and girls, here's what I want you to focus while you're watching the video. I want you to focus on the details that make a car self-driven. Like what does it take for a car to work this way? Are there any ethical issues? For example, is anyone going to lose their job or gain a job by having a self-driving cars? Like the taxi industry, is that going to be affected? Are there any patterns, or what rules do these cars follow? After watching the video, do you still have some unanswered questions? Did they not go over something that that you might be still being interested? Again, teachers, what we're doing is that we are giving a purpose for why we need to watch the video. The authors of Depth and Complexity are here, Dr. Sandra Copeland, Betty Gould, and Sheila Madsen. And they're the ones who came up with the idea of the depth and complexity icons. And pretty much what they discover is that 84% of us are visual learners. We all learn visually. I mean, think about it. You're driving down 45 or 288, and as soon as you see the symbol of the golden arches, you begin to crave those salty, delicious French fries. Or if you are driving to Austin, San Antonio, or Galveston, and you are in need of a snack, you will wait for another 80, 120 miles till you see that one symbol of the famous beaver, right? It doesn't even have to say Buc-ee's. You just simply see the symbol and you know exactly what you're looking for. So visuals are powerful, images are powerful. So here we have the 11 depth and complexity icons. There are others, there's 5 more. They're called the content imperatives, but we'll talk about those in a different time. So what I want to do is that I want to actually create these videos and make them short enough to where you can come back and just review when it comes to a particular icon. I'll probably put 2 or 3 or maybe 4 together in a video at a time, or it might just take the whole time talking about one specific. Now again, I'm not going to be able to fit 6 hours of training into just a short 10-minute video. This is just simply the surface, and if you are interested more about learning about the icons, at every campus you have an advanced academic specialist that can definitely speak to you in more detail about the subject matter, which is depth and complexity. But let me tell you, I love them. I love, ever since I came across these icons, the way that I teach, the way that I see the world, it's through all of these icons, because we already do this. As a matter of fact, as you're watching the videos, you're like, I already do this. now what we're doing is simply putting a name and a practice behind it so that you can say, this is the reason and the purpose why I am doing this. Now, the first icons here, the first 8 are for the depth. These icons help students go from the concrete to the abstract. They help students go from what they know to what they don't know. So they already know what a car is. They already know they've been inside one. But now I'm going to take them into the unknown, which is the self-driving cars, and have a conversation about that. They already know about, certain characters, but now I'm going to stretch them and to go into some that is more abstract. I'm going to talk about what is trending in literature. I'm going to talk about the ethical issues that we are facing in the story of Cinderella. We're going to talk about the details that help us to solve a math problem. And by the way, teachers, these icons are for any subject during the math, science, social studies, all right, you name it. You can embed these in just about anything. Now the other 3 from the 11, well, these are the icons that deal with the complexity. These are the icons that encourage students to relate concepts, to see associations, and to find multiple solutions. This is what I always say. Any of these icons are a visual representation of what I want the students to think. So if I am holding the rules icon, then that's a visual representation that we are focusing on the rules. If I'm holding the patterns icon, then that's what I want them to think. That anytime they're doing something else, I pull the icon, I put it on the board, I put it on my screen. That's what I want them to think in patterns, to think in changes over time or multiple perspectives. So check out the videos as we introduce just the surface of each and every one of the icons so that you can go back, get some more information, and start using them. All right, I'll see you in the next video.